Have you ever wondered how those property snipers are able to grab those mispriced properties so quickly? Or are you a player who's wanting to build their net worth in Upland and wants to get the heads up on the best under-mint deals as soon as they come onto the market? Or even are you a treasure hunter who wants to be given an automatic notification every time a treasure is about to spawn near them, so you can be first on the mark to get every treasure any time of day without having to be logged on and looking at Upland all the time? Well, I have found a Discord server that does all of this. It's completely free to get started, and it is honestly the closest thing that I can imagine to a must-have Discord server if you want to play Upland at the highest levels and you really want to take advantage of these awesome deals that do pop up now and again, or if you're into competitive treasure hunting. Before I start this episode, I want to give a big thank you to my executive level channel members, Bad Frog, Matrigno, Monopoly Mike and Matsuda R. Thank you for your ongoing support. It's called Metaventure APIs. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment, and I love it so much that I'm going to show you how to get started on it and what value Metaventure APIs can bring to your Upland gameplay. So as I mentioned before, Metaventure APIs is a Discord server, so you'll have to be signed up to Discord in order to use it. Honestly, at this point, if you're playing Upland and you're not on Discord, what are you doing? Please, even if it's not your favorite platform, it is pretty much essential to play Upland at a high level. There are just so many great servers, bots, tools, whatever. They're all here, they're all available, and ones like this are completely free to use. So firstly, I'm going to talk about the kind of property notification bit, and that covers both these property snipers who controversial characters. They're basically players who take advantage of the fact that some players misprice properties. Either they miss a zero off of the price, or they put them up in UPIX instead of dollars. So a property that they were trying to sell for $30, they accidentally sell it for 30 UPIX, goes on the market, and somebody just grabs it within seconds. And there's always a lot of people thinking, how on earth do they do that? Well, it's via tools like this that scan the blockchain in real time and notify when a particularly good deal goes on the market. But this isn't just for property snipers, and that's not how I've been primarily using it. It's also fantastic to take advantage of great deals where players have intentionally priced their properties really cheap just to offload them as quickly as possible. Maybe they're cashing out of the game, maybe they just really want liquidity for a new city. Either way, they might be selling at 60-50% mint price, and players like me and you, we're more than happy to pay half price for a property that will presumably be worth more in the future, or even worth more in the present if you're willing to wait more than a few seconds to get that money. So as I said, it's completely free to start using Metaventure APIs for this purpose, but for every property that you purchase through this bot, you'll have to pay a commission, and that is 450 UPIX if your wallet balance is positive, or 500 UPIX per property if you've got a negative balance. Alternatively, you can upgrade to a day trader role by subscribing to Spinita's Patreon, and all of the details for that are accessible within the payment options channel of the Discord server. But let's just assume we want to stay free to play for the moment. So the first place you're going to have to go is the Spam Away channel, and that's where you can register to get started. So I've already registered, but I'm going to talk through it because I know this can be a little bit complicated for people who aren't as familiar with Discord bot commands. So in the Spam Away channel, you go / you type register, and you'll see that a little thing's popped up saying commands matching / register. So let's click on that. And then it's going to say I consent. So it says yes, I have read the rules of the rules channel and I do consent, or no, I haven't read the rules, or I do not consent to these rules. I'm going to say yes because I have read them. If you want to read the rules, there's a channel for them on the left here, rules of APIs. It's all very simple stuff. Basically, no cheating, pay your commissions, use this responsibly, all of that great stuff. So there you go, I've said I have read the rules, so I clicked on that there, and then my Upland name, I'm just going to type in Radishhead, press enter, and it should say you've already registered. There you go. But if you haven't registered, the bot will then say, okay, you're in the registration process, now go in the game and list one of your properties for this specific amount. It'll be a really high amount, so don't worry about your property selling that you don't want to. It'll be like, oh, list your property for like 58 million or something. When the bot picks up that somebody has placed a property on the chain for that exact amount that it asks, it'll say, okay, you are the owner of that account. Welcome to Metaventure APIs. So that's all good, very easy to sign up. The next phase, the exciting phase, is actually setting up your bot to notify you when certain properties come on the market. So what you want to do here is type again / then add rule. And there we go, we can click on this here and it's going to sort of guide us through it. So you can have all of the flexibility you want. You can have it so that it only notifies you in certain cities at certain percentage markups. So, you know, maybe only if it's less than 80% of mint price. Whether it's USD only, UPX only, or both. Whether it's got a maximum or minimum price. Whether it's in a collection. Whether it's in a specific neighborhood or collection or street, and whether it has a building on it. Right now, I'm going to keep it simple. It's going to look for everything, but I'm only going to be looking where the markup is 70% or below. So I'm going to submit that in there, and that's added that rule. Now, if it's the first time that you're doing this, it's the first rule that you've added, you'll then be getting a notification by a bot called Michael Burry. And yes, that is Michael Burry of The Big Short fame. And look, he's already giving me crazy deals. So there's this property up in Los Angeles. It went up for 1,300 UPIX. That would have sold already, but there you go. It's it's already pumping it out. What I like to do is when I'm online, I like to unmute him, and then when I go to bed or I'm not bothered about hunting for cheap deals, I like to mute him because he will give you a lot of great deals. But here's how he works. So he'll pop up as the second that a deal goes up for sale, and you can click go to property and it will take you to the property that is being sold, or you can just search for it in game. But I've got a super duper tip for you to make sure that this tool is even more useful for you than simply clicking a link or searching for an address in the Upland search bar. Instead, what I like to do is have this kind of split screen approach, because all you need to do in order to go to a property is to actually drag this link where it says go to property, drag it directly into your search bar at the top here, and then press enter, and it will skip all of the other steps. It'll start loading up that property directly immediately. Now this is taking a little bit longer because I'm recording, and that always seems to slow down my computer a little bit, but usually this would only take a couple of seconds, and you'll see that it's loaded up a instance of Upland where it's immediately jumped straight to that property. If it was still for sale, I'd just be able to click, you know, buy, and then that would all be very groovy. But let me just show off some of the things which I did manage to get with this in the brief period of time that I was playing with it. So I grabbed this tool yesterday evening, and within minutes I saw a property going up in Queens for about $3, which was 66% mint price, and I just got that immediately because I thought, well, I can easily flip that for $5. That's just an instant return. Not big returns, but if you can consistently do that, that's a good way of increasing your net worth in Upland. So that was a good one. Similarly, somebody's selling properties in Las Vegas for 50% mint. Again, even if I just flip that immediately for 70% mint, that's going to sell quickly. So that's another like $2-3 that you can do really quickly. And then just a few minutes after that, this crazy deal popped up. University Park, an exclusive orange collection in Los Angeles, being sold for 32 USD. And I'm not like a pro sniper by any means, but I was able to grab this. I was the first one to grab it. A 10% mint in Los Angeles for an exclusive collection, 32 USD for a property that's easily worth 300 USD. Now, as can be expected, this one was actually a misprice by the owner, and the owner did reach out to me and said, please, I've made a mistake, will you let me have the property back? And I did sell it back to this guy for a very reasonable price. I made a little bit of upix, he got his property back at a very reasonable rate, and we were all quite happy with that. So just be aware, if you are grabbing properties at vastly below mint price, they might come back to you and go, you know, help. And I'm sure some of them aren't quite as polite as the guy that reached out to me. He was very friendly. So just be willing to deal with that confrontation if you decide to go down this route. But you can see that I've bought about 10 properties so far doing this, and they've all been like below 55% mint price, so easily within the territory of being able to flip them. It's not like they're big mints either, they're small mints at very low prices. I kind of see it a little bit like treasure hunting, where if you're just consistent, you do a few of these every day, that's a really good way to build up your net worth in Upland. And of course, as I was saying earlier, you can kind of tailor this to your own preferences, right? So if you only want to be notified about the crazy, probably mispriced deals, you could tell Michael Burry to only tell you if somebody's put something up for, like 10% mint price or lower. Or if you just want to have a nice consistent way to increase your net worth, you're not too worried about the really competitive snipes, tell him to tell you about anything that's 80% mint or below. You'll get a lot more results, and it won't be quite as competitive. I've gone somewhere in the middle. I've told him to tell me about anything that's lower than 70%, because I think at that point it's a bit of a no-brainer. That's a deal that you should be picking up, and there's a lot of opportunity to flip those for more than you paid for them pretty quickly. But as always, people have different ways of playing the game. They've got different strategies. That's all good. This tool lets you customize it with that in mind. So that's kind of the property hunting element of this. But let's talk about the other half of Metaventure APIs, because even if you're not bothered at all about competing with other people to grab cheap properties under mint, this can also be used as a really good treasure hunting tool. I've gone back to the spam away section of the Metaventure APIs Discord, and I'm going to type /hunt. And I'm going to click this here, configure the hunting bot, select a city. So I like to hunt in Chicago, so I'm going to do that. And let's try start now. Okay. And then if you want to turn it back off later, you can do that. So I'm going to click go. Sending command, hunting is set. And now if a treasure hunt goes active in Chicago, as long as I've got this bot turned on, it will send me a DM. I'll get a little sound notification. It will go treasure hunt starting in Chicago. Here's how many people are competing for it. Get ready. Then I can quickly go onto Upland, get my block explorer ready for the hunt. Here it is. And guess what? It's Indiana Jones. Limited chest spawning in Chicago. 29 people going for it. It's going to start in about 3 minutes. So this means that I don't have to be staring at Upland, waiting for each of the limited exclusive chests to spawn. This is extremely useful, especially during Spark Week, which is coming up soon. So if you want to have the help of Indiana Jones himself telling you when to grab treasures, this is also the bot for you. So those are the two main things which the Metaventure APIs tool can help you out with, and I'm hoping that my step-by-step guide will prove really useful in getting you guys started with that. I hope that you'll be able to find some fantastic deals. I hope this will really step up your treasure hunting game. As I mentioned before, links to this Discord server are in the description and in the pinned comment. I am so enthusiastic about the server. I just kind of stumbled across it. There was a few people in the Discord mentioning it. This is completely legitimate. This is completely within Upland's terms of service using bots like this. It's not purchasing the property for you. It is simply alerting you to the deals on the market as soon as they come available. So take advantage of them, make a lot of upix. I hope you found this useful. Before I wrap up, I of course want to thank my executive and director level channel members, Mitrigno, Matsuda R, Bad Frog, Monopoly Mike, Tajar Zing, and HH Toyboy. Thank you very much for the support. Happy hunting everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.